Welcome back to the Morning Blend. It seems like everyone is talking about adrenal fatigue now. So what are the symptoms and how can you fix it?
Most people are going to tell you that it causes problems with everything from focus and sleep to weight gain and just feeling worn out. Well, I wanted to know if I have it, so I'm sharing my personal results with you today. Dr. Tiffany Mullen is the CEO and co-founder of Vital Health, and she's here to talk about this diagnosis and how to treat it. Good to have you here.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm talking about adrenal fatigue.
Yeah.
You're talking about adrenal fatigue.
Everybody's talking about adrenal fatigue.
Talking about adrenal fatigue.
Yeah, I like it.
This is fascinating because you've talked about it before on the show, and afterward, you know, it was like, I was like, whoa, all these symptoms are things that I was feeling, and I think that's what most people say.
Yeah.
The symptoms are things that they feel. These are some of them: being tired all the time, it's not sleeping well, difficulty focusing, weight gain, digestive issues.
Right.
Is adrenal fatigue a real thing?
It's a real thing. I think people go, okay, this is my life. This is, you know, you were talking earlier about the Generation X and the sleeplessness. And yeah, there's a lot of pieces of our lives that contribute to anxiety and sleep, and that's all a part of it. But I think what people don't realize is that there is a measurable biological response to all of that that I think legitimizes this. And we want to talk about it as HPA axis dysfunction, where it's not just that the adrenals are tired, there's a whole biochemical and hormonal cascade that's happening inside of our bodies. So adrenal fatigue is the common way of talking about it. It sort of underrepresents really biologically what's going on, but it is definitely a real phenomenon.
And is it a stress? Is it a stress reaction, stress hormone?
It's an overstress. So we're adapted to have cortisol, which is our chronic stress hormone, help us heal. So if you're running from a saber-toothed tiger and you're really, really stressed, and that saber-toothed tiger catches you and wounds you with its tusk, you have cortisol to help you heal. Nowadays, we're not really necessarily dealing with those types of stressors. We're dealing with sort of more the daily in and out and chronic and things happening and just not having a sense of being able to control that, and that those elevated levels of cortisol over time are what can cause this problem. Yeah.
So the test is very simple. It's a little spit test.
Yes.
It's a saliva test that you gave me a little kit.
Where shall I hold
You send that in, and
Right there's good.
what does it tell you? What's important to know in terms of what you get from this result?
Right. So this is a saliva test. So it is it's just spitting in a tube, basically.
Super easy.
Super easy. And we're testing cortisol at 4 times during the day. And we're going to look at we plot this out over 24 hours. So if we look at the view on the left side, those 4 black dots are the cortisol values at different times throughout the day. And we peak with our cortisol at about 6 to 7 in the morning, and then we see that it precipitously drops off and then sort of levels out for the rest of the day. The cortisol then would come right back up the next day. So when somebody's overproducing cortisol or underproducing cortisol at the wrong time of the day, we can see that. You can see on Tiffany's results on the right side, her cortisol first thing in the morning is almost at that ceiling level. And then again at night, when it's supposed to be, that last one on the far right, when it's supposed to be going down, it's actually going up.
Yeah.
So a lot of that is sleeplessness, it's weight gain, it's fatigue, it's all of those kind of symptoms, and we can see that and we can measure it.
Does that indicate that she has adrenal fatigue?
It does, and we pair it with this. Now, so this is a DHEA saliva test, and we do this at the same time off of the same sample.
It wasn't anything separate, it
Very
was all
easy.
the same thing.
DHEA is a building block for hormone production, all of our hormones in our bodies. And when DHEA is depleted, it typically means that it's being used to try to manufacture cortisol. The demand to have more cortisol is there, and essentially pulling that DHEA. So it's another piece to the puzzle where we can see like DHEA and cortisol coming together helps us to make that diagnosis.
So her DHEA is low.
Very low.
Very low.
Yeah, so you can see she's hanging by her fingernails there on the bottom of the graph. She's very, very, sorry, Tiff.
I have them for about a year now.
She's really, and it does go down with age, that's normal. But we want to optimize that. We want to bring that up to age levels, perfect levels, and that is exactly what we try to do when we treat
Well, that's something that I thought was interesting because after you take the results, we had an hour-long consultation, and that's what people will experience is they get to really talk to you about it and ask the questions for a good amount of time.
Yeah.
And that's what I learned is, it's not that you want to optimize it like a 20-year-old, you want to optimize it for me like a 40-year-old, and you want to make it appropriate to your body and to your age frame instead of just these you know, pie in the sky numbers. And I
Yes.
think that's what's so interesting is that you really personalize your treatment.
It's so important for each individual to be seen as an individual. So we're measuring the test and we're looking at the person and we're looking at their lifestyle. You and I talked about some of the things that you had going on, and we take all of that into account, including how do I want to manage this?
Yeah.
What can I actually do right now in my life to make this better? What can't I do? You know, I have these circumstances or I have this situation. So I think you have to look at each individual separately, using the lab data to jump off of, and then having a very, very in-depth and super understanding conversation about what can we do for you? What can we do now? What can we do in 3 months? What can we do in 6 months?
Personalized.
It's like you're a therapist as well. And it's a very easy fix. And that's what I found. Is that
Yeah.
it's very
Supplements.
simple.
Yes, supplements. So we do our
Adaptogens.
supplements in these little daily packets, which are
yeah.
super convenient.
Yeah, hold it right there.
There we
and then
go.
turn it around so people can
So
see.
yeah, this is just a sample packet, but each person's is going to be different, right?
Yep.
Based on what adaptogens, the herbs that help us with managing adrenal fatigue, are they high, are they low? Which ones we pick definitely, and the symptoms definitely determine that. And then do you need DHEA or don't you need DHEA? Do you need supplements to provide some nutritional support or don't you? That's how we figure that
Well,
out.
and I think a lot of people watching this are wondering, I wonder if I have adrenal fatigue
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
I'd like
Have
to
those
know.
symptoms.
And people can take the symptom quiz
They
on
can
your
take
website.
the symptom quiz.
It's vitalhealth.com, and check your screen because it's VYTAL. So check the spelling there. Health.com is how you spell it, where you'll find that website. You have a toll-free number too, because people can see you, they can take the saliva test, they can find out what their results are, and then hopefully treat it.
Yes.
The toll-free number is 855-998-4900 is where they can call, and then again take that symptom quiz on the website.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see if you're even falling in that range to take the test. It'll help you.
Thank you for doing that with
Yeah,
us. I think
yeah.
it was really, really helpful. I hope that the viewers really are able to learn something here.
I
It's
think
really,
so.
really important.
It was
I
incredible,
agree.
and
I
you're
think so, too.
phenomenal. So thank you
Thank
very
you so
much.
much. It
Thanks
must
for
be
having
the
me.
name.
Yeah, clearly.
Tiffany,
Great name.
Tiffany.
Stick together.
Yeah, so every Tiffany out there, just call Tiffany and you can talk to Tiffany and we'll Tiffany you.
Yeah, there you go. Great to see you.
Thank you. You
so
too.
much. All right.